good.
Is it on? Is it on? Is it?
I'm watching it.
Okay.
We
Just
picked
wanted
up
to make
here.
sure. Lights on, but we know that's deceiving at times. Let's keep it real.
Here we go.
I don't wanna hear it.
Oh, hell. Whoa. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Red Wine and Chaos.
Why is Junie standing there like she's going to be your guest?
Junie is going to be my guest today. She hasn't
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk.
She hasn't stopped under her breath barking since I walked in. So
Go lay down somewhere.
Oh, damn it, Mom.
Oh, damn it. I was really going to do well on this show today.
You going to be our guest? Yeah.
All right. Go on somewhere. Go on somewhere.
So, this week, we're getting back into the fall routine because football starts. So, I'm at Lars. Our football started today. Lars starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And our friend the fan is back. So, we turned the big fan off, but you might be able to hear the little fan.
Well, I turned the air conditioning unit off because this small fan, first of all, I have to keep the air circulating here. It's too goddamn hot. However, the radiator in the background I decided to turn off because that's no fun to listen to while you're trying to listen to the podcast. I checked the email, by the way, today. Have you looked at it?
No.
Your aunt sent a really awesome, amazing
Aunt
email.
Terry?
She the one that said, what's her name?
Hairfoot Moon?
Yes,
Yeah.
Aunt Terry, yes. She sent the most thorough breakdown of our episodes and the wines that we have reviewed and what we thought and all. Just like she is our super fan.
I adore her.
Yeah, I mean, like it was impressive.
I'm gonna
because
have to read it.
she has literally listened to all of them.
Uh-huh.
And she said something about stopping by and wanting to be around us. And then she's like, but honestly, I had heard enough of your voices that... It was so funny. You got to go and read the email.
I will.
I laughed so hard about it today. I was like, that is hilarious. So anyways.
That's like the first time you've checked the email in a year and a half.
No, I've been checking it.
Oh, you
I've
have?
been trying to be more diligent. I have been checking it. I've been trying to be more... I don't usually be...
We don't get much.
No.
So it'd be real cool if maybe more people than Tia could send us
some
emails to
very
fill our
thoughtful
time.
and very nice. I don't believe anybody followed the birthday directions.
No one did. We did have a lot of views after the birthday one, though. It's
Yeah.
our new friends from the wine dinner, I think.
Yeah, that episode got great traction as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you? I don't know if you've looked at it.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Briefly.
So it's good. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in.
Yay!
Especially
new friends.
Especially Aunt Terry, because she's
Love her.
amazing.
She's the
You
one
have
that
to see
made
it.
those. That I call them the Dan bracelets.
Oh yeah,
All the colored pearls.
We still have not
I
done
know.
those readings.
We need to.
And like I want to badly.
I know. I do
I
too.
really want to. Anyways.
Anyways,
Getting
so-
off track. So yes, back into.
I'm here at Lars, and
It's not our normal recording day, and
It's
Ashley was diligent
not.
enough because I guarantee you, had you not said anything, we would have been scrambling like, oh shit.
it's 9:00 on
It's
Wednesday.
9:00 on Wednesday, and we would have been virtually recording. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think LeVar goes to like 7:45 or something.
That's what Oliver does too. Goes to 7:30, and I knew. I don't know what made me think of it, but I
You're
was
always
like,
on top of it.
I was like, oh, Laura doesn't start football today, and like, I mean, I could have gotten away any day, but had it not been today,
Right.
it would have been a 9 p.m.
This was the day, and she came over with 3 bottles of wine. I'm like, well,
Uno.
getting after it on a Monday.
Uno,
I
dos,
like it. I like it. I ain't mad about it. And I don't know why I picked this one. I just grabbed one. I literally just grabbed one, but I'm not mad about it because I actually like it. So it's another cab.
I did that on purpose. I did bring
Just to
you
see
the
if we could
second
be on the
bottle.
roll.
Well, I didn't have any intention of reviewing that one in particular, but I brought you the bottle of the, what was it, like SoundCloud?
The one that we loved.
Yeah, that we really, really liked. So I brought you the second bottle of that because I know that you really liked it. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll just bring her another cab and she can do a little side-by-side.
Mm-hmm.
But now we can do a side-by-side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this one is not the cloud one. This is Prestige de Merival.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a cab from Southwest France. It is a 2020 vintage, and it says, we take these pristine grapes and translate it into a cab that has a dense, velvety texture and fresh, ripe cherry and blackberry flavors enhanced by subtle oak. What do you think?
I can cherries. Yeah, I can taste the cherries a lot.
Me too.
I feel like we're getting better at picking out the flavors. Maybe next time we do it.
After 2 years, I mean.
Well, maybe next time we do it, we should try and do like this is what we taste.
And then read it later.
And then read it.
Oh, like
maybe
quiz ourselves.
Yeah, we should see how far we've come in 2
maybe
years.
Maybe we've been promoted from reviewers of the people
to reviewers.
Just we have a little bit of know-how and know what we're talking about. I still can't pronounce shit, but that ain't never gonna change.
No.
It ain't never gonna change.
And where would we be if you didn't mispronounce all the wine on every episode?
I mean, we might as well just throw the whole podcast in the trash.
Couldn't agree more.
So I will give this 2.5.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It's nice to drink. It's warm but not spicy.
It's not spicy. It's warm though.
Yeah. This would be really good at like a really brisk fall night, like around the fire.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we could have drank it on Saturday.
We could have drank it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
2.5.
2.5.
2.5. That's what I'm thinking.
Clink, clink,
clink, clink, clink. 2.5. And I'm sorry for the butchering, but that's nothing out of the norm. But yeah, Saturday was awesome. So what was supposed to be a pool party turned into a garage party that we are all wearing flannels and hoodies and
tennis shoes,
sneakers and stuff because it was freezing cold and rainy
outside. Have we told you we live in Michigan? Did you? Do you all know that?
I know that they were bummed about there not being a by there not being a pool party. However, I'm not mad at the introduction of fall weather.
No, we've been talking about that for weeks, and I feel like on the podcast we've been talking about it for weeks, and I'm so happy it's here.
Yeah. Although today was not reminiscent of that. It felt much more like summer.
But it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't awful.
No, I didn't get out much. I only got out for lunch and had to come back.
Because it's so breezy at my house, I have to wear like a hoodie in my home.
Yeah.
Well, you bundle up.
Yeah, I do.
Like it's Antarctica.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where like we do get such a nice breeze at our house that I can leave the windows open and still be cool during the day.
Oh, I love it at nighttime.
Yeah.
During the day, I can't. Like, if it's like this out where it's borderline, whether it's nice or, heading into fall, I can't. But at nighttime, it's beautiful. It's perfect. It's perfect.
It was really nice.
So, yeah, we got to kick back with our people, and it had been forever since we had all been together.
Yeah, and we weren't even all
there were
there.
It
was about half of us.
Yeah.
Maybe even less.
Maybe even less. It's
but
a very small group.
It was still nice to get the group, even pieces of the group together. It had been so long. And like, I feel like I don't ever forget how much fun I have with everyone. And I don't ever forget how much I love them. But like in those moments, I'm like, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
This is so awesome. I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you need a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
You were in a place that day, there's just been a lot going on lately. And like when you need a pick-me-up, those days are perfection.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
The timing of it for me, like personally, was really, really...
First of all, John, in those moments for me, when he gets to laughing like that, makes my entire day. It's like I feel like when I used to sit next to Nicole when we were younger and we'd look at each other and laugh and can't stop laughing. When John gets that deep laugh going, and I can't say deep, it's actually more of like a high pitch, like
yeah.
But he's like silent some of the time, and he's like
his face is like bright red,
and it's like That happened so many times throughout the day, and then I can't stop laughing, and then when you get people, you're just feeding off of each other, and like I don't know how many times that happened throughout the day, but it was not ever too many.
But there were everyone in our group in their own way is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And like the one-liners being thrown around there. Like when Stephanie was talking about the Pookie bench.
The Pookie bench.
And Sarah was like, we should throw a fundraiser. Start a foundation.
Which is so Sarah.
But she was so like, not very many people heard it. She was just so quiet and like.
I couldn't hear that.
Oh my God. I heard it. And I was, she was like, maybe you should start a foundation.
PTA to the rescue for Jesus. That is perfection. We got to talking about, we were talking about a number of things. I can't even name all the things, but one of the things that got brought up, don't judge us. Again, at this point, if you're listening to this and you're judging us, you're in the wrong podcast. Because we're just going to say whatever the fuck we want.
Or if you just need to judge someone, keep listening.
Sure. I mean, we don't mind the listeners or the views or whatever it is. Sure, you can keep on listening. If you a background hater, join us. I mean, we get a little bit of money off that shit. Not much, but you can keep putting money in, a little bit of change in the pockets. So we got to talking about, we did get on the subject of marijuana because, we have a friend who owns multiple dispensaries within the city, which, first of all, well, he would be nothing, but we've always shouted out his businesses, but shout out to Jevin at Weinberg, and he's with Doja,
and
Lake Effect,
and Rec
I don't even
Reckweed?
know. I don't know. I can't keep
He's
up.
opening like 2 or 3 more locations.
Yeah, it'll be up to like 6.
Yeah.
Like didn't even realize it. Like I remember we had this conversation. I remember sitting there with Jevin at that same party, literally at the Fisher's annual party,
like 6 years ago.
6
like
years
their first
ago,
one that
or
they,
whatever.
Yeah.
Whenever that first one or the second one, I don't know if it was the first or second one popped off, and Jevin was just opening Lake Effect, and at that point in time, it was strictly medicinal. Recreational wasn't legalized yet in the state of Michigan. And he was like, it's coming. It's coming. And when it does, I'm going to fucking be ready. And I'm going to be the first one. And I'm going to be ready. And I'm going to blow up.
He was a big advocate for
pushing it. He helped, get that legislation pushed, right? Did it knock off?
We're good.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, he was a big advocate. And he like helped push that shit and like legislate for it and talk to senators and congressmen and I mean whatever it is he needed to do.
5 years later or whatever it is from when that conversation, I remember vividly sitting there having that conversation with him, and super successful, like just so happy to see his success come from this. And then thinking about literally had the full conversation as well, like damn, I did it all wrong in my 20s. Like, I'm happy to invest in your business now, Jevin. Absolutely ecstatic too. However,
maybe I would have done a little differently in my 20s.
Like I blew a lot of money on a lot of marijuana, and certainly maybe if I would have put it towards investing in the business, I would be having a very different conversation at this point. But I'm super happy about that. So we're talking about various products, right, that are available and legal, which is the beautiful thing about it. All of this is legal. Mm-hmm. And somebody in the circle, I'm not going to say who, because I don't know how she would feel about that. Well,
so when he showed up, he brought Eric and Steph a whole bunch of swag.
Yeah, swag,
shirts,
a light hoodies, up rolling tray.
Yeah, like you have to plug it in and charge it, and it like changes colors.
Yeah, I'm mad that they didn't whip that out.
I'm upset too, but like,
yeah, dope. And all of the Doja logo and the gear is
so cool.
Is dope. So I'm definitely gonna go on there and get swagged out, because I will absolutely not visit any other dispensary in the city of Kalamazoo.
Jevin, you heard it here first.
And
those
regardless
days
of
are
convenience,
over.
Regardless of convenience,
I will make the damn drive.
I will make the drive. Those days are over. Well, I was nervous. I had never been in one, so I went down the street and I was like, "Here I am." And then now that I have my feet wet and I'm basically a professional, now I can go anywhere. I don't care.
We can go with John every Friday.
There you go. So there's all kinds of products, right? Depending on what you enjoy and what you like and how you like to ingest it, if you will. And so somebody mentioned there's a THC cannabis oil. So not like a CBD, but like it has THC in it. Oil, sex oil for women. And everybody, even including John,
All of our ears perked
All of our
right
ears.
up.
We looked right over it.
Say
it
more.
again. Yeah. Tell us more. And she was like, "Oh yeah, well, you already know what sex is like when you're high. So what do you think it feels like? You know, you basically take that oil and you apply directly to the place, and it's like, you know, it's damn near like directly to the bloodstream, right?"
Yeah. What did she say? There was like a phrase she used, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. But anyways, I was absolutely immediately intrigued by the thought and the idea of this.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Every single
John was
person
looking
went
it up.
right to their cell
Yeah,
phone.
everybody went straight to the Google. I looked it up again today. And so we never did ask Jevin if they carry that. You know, I'll be honest with you. I did
That's
not.
because we were all drunk and nobody wanted to ask him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jevin, what do you think about that sex oil?
So what I can tell you is I've never seen it at the dispensary that I go to. I've never seen it there.
Have you looked?
I've looked around their full storeroom.
okay.
And it's not anything. No, I've never looked for that particularly, but I've looked in that whole storeroom.
Maybe it's like the porn back in the 90s at newsstands where they like keep them in the back.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They might keep that
just
shit
a
locked
thought.
up. I mean, everything else is in a glass case. You'd think that'd be in the glass case, too. I don't know. But anyways, I'm getting some. I'm going to get some regardless. I think it's a fantastic idea. I was sold immediately before she even went into further description. What I'm not going to do is ever attempt to use it with the rose.
Yeah, you're new.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Well, it's not even new anymore. I mean, we're a half a year in here.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
8 months in. But that thing has miles on it. I don't know. So, you know, everybody has whatever their preference is when it comes to what works for them. You know, we're going to get a little graphic here, folks. We're going to talk a little bit about, well, I'm about to. I don't know how graphic it's actually going to get, but I'm just going to be
Moms
honest
and
with
dads,
you.
this is your cue.
This is your cue. Leave
You have
the room.
3 seconds to turn it off.
Exit stage
3,
left.
2, 1.
Catch you next week. So, I am somebody that enjoys stimulation in that area, right, in the clitoral area.
Sure.
That is how I climax the most intense. That's how I enjoy myself the most. There are times where I don't orgasm without stimulation to that area.
I would argue that that's most women.
That is most women, I think, right? Some people are different. Some
Sure.
people can
That's
hit
why I
that.
said most, not all.
Yeah.
But I would all of the women I know
say the same thing.
say the same thing.
Yeah, I just didn't want to, I didn't want to make a general, but it is a very high statistic, I believe. I agree. So, it was Christmas, I was opening my gifts at the time, and I opened this one last. Actually, this one wasn't even wrapped. It wasn't even with the rest of the gifts. It was something that was handed to me after the fact, and probably because we were opening gifts with the children, so it was like, let's not do
Makes
that
sense.
and then have them ask questions.
Makes sense.
So, after it was given to me, I said, well, what is this? I looked at it, and it literally looks like the head of a...
Like a bud. Like
a
a rose
bud.
bud.
Yeah, like a rose bud.
A not opened rose. A bud.
No, a
of
rose bud. And no stem or anything, just the bud. And I said, oh, and it's not very big, and I literally thought, for whatever reason in my head, that it was maybe like a massager on
that
your
would
back
make sense.
or something.
Especially because it kind of has it kind of flutes at the top, so you would think
maybe
you could
those
hold it that way.
Yeah, or I don't know. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea.
It's not a typical gift that you get for Christmas. So I can see how you maybe didn't think that.
But I ain't
It's
mad.
like a anniversary gift, or like a Valentine's Day
It's
gift.
my favorite gift. It's the gift that keeps on giving, literally. So, he was like, you never heard about the rose? And I was like, the rose? No. And that's all it says on the box, the rose. And I said, no, I haven't. He was like, look it up. He was like, it's a sex toy. I'm like, oh, okay. So I look it up, and there's when I say look it up, there's support groups for this shit on Facebook.
Not in a negative way.
No, there is YouTube reviews up the wahoo for this particular instrument. And so I did all of this research before I'd even tried to use it. And it has it's got 2 little silver dots on the bottom that you literally set on top of a little white disc that has 2 of those little dots as well. And
so
then
it charges,
It's the little daintiest little thing you've ever seen. Almost looks like it might break, right? And I'm like, what could this possibly do? So I charged it on a random day. Not that day. Didn't open it. I think it was a few weeks before I
Yeah.
even attempted to like look at it. So I get it out one day when I'm solo mission, and I'm like, well, let's see what's going on. And then, I read the little directions, and half of it's in, Chinese writing. I can't read it. It did come from China. And I'm like, oh, man, is this thing even going to work, So, but again, I had read the reviews. I had seen the videos. I'm like, these women, like, rave about this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get to it. Now, and again, I'm setting a very graphic stage for you here, but I need to tell the story. Because I wasn't ready. And I've told this story. I've told it to a couple of my colleagues. I was sharing the story with them. And they as soon as I got done telling it, they both went straight to their phones. Now, did they order anything? I'm not sure. I know one of them was highly interested. I'm pretty sure she had it in her Amazon cart because you can get them on Amazon. She told me she was putting it in her cart. I don't know if she ever bought it. I'll have to check in on that with her tomorrow or something and see if she ever did get it. But anyway, so, I like to get myself in the mood, right?
Sure.
So when I'm getting ready to do that, I want to get myself in the mood. So I pull up a little little Pornhub on the interweb and go to
not Planet Hollywood,
not
folks.
Planet Hollywood. So I go to my little favorite categories or whatever and do a little research. That one looks like a good one, and I settle down there and I get ready, right? So start it up a little bit, and then I start the thing. Well, there's evidently like 8 speeds. And I'm like, geez. So I turn it on, and it's like, it makes a humming noise.
Sure.
I turned it on.
Yeah,
for you.
it's pretty low.
Yeah, it's fairly low, right? And again, there's nothing attached to it there at that moment, right? So it's pretty low. I put this thing where it's supposed to go. And literally...
Use your imaginations.
Yes. Literally, in less than 30 seconds, I was done. And I'm talking about not just like... Oh, well, it was like, oh, shit. It was like super intense.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch any of
flick.
Didn't need to get in the mood. I didn't have time to get in the mood. I didn't have time to get in the mood. It was over before it had started.
0 to 60 and we're out.
Now, I'm not complaining about that at all. Sometimes I like to take my time.
Sure.
Not really maybe necessarily by myself.
I think to have an option.
Yeah.
For
when you got to get one off quick.
You need one.
I just need one. I need to get one off quick. Holy shit. And it was so intense that I felt like my fucking head popped out of my shoulders. And it's like, it's so intense. You can't, like, if you wanted to, maybe sometimes you want to get 2 in a relatively, maybe you're bored. You want to get 2 in a short amount of time. You can't even do it back to back.
No.
You can't. You got to, like, recharge.
Yeah, you got to wait.
And not even just, like, I'm talking a couple days. You don't want to do it more than a couple times a week because your shit will get desensitized down there.
Well, and then you got to go all the way up to 8. And has anybody ever gone to the land of 8?
So one time, if you go to like 4, it starts like spreading out the pulsating, right? So it's like maybe there's some time in between it or whatever. And then I'm like, well, sure, I guess. But it's still super intense. So it really still doesn't. It still takes me about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this shit was bananas. It is absolutely by far the best sex toy I've ever had. Nothing compares to it. It was probably the cheapest one I've ever had. And... any review or anything that you see on Facebook, that people are talking about it still to this day. And so I think I like went on Instagram and like followed the page when I first got it or something. Now they're coming out with these volume 2s where there's like a wand on the end of it. So it's like external stimulation and internal stimulation at the same time. And I'm like, Jesus, what is that going to feel like? Like, what could that, I don't even know. But I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get
me up,
if you want to get in good with your girl, that is a great gift. Even for Christmas, don't even matter.
Being naive is not it.
No,
men.
Well, and at this age, you know what works for you and what doesn't, right? And like being with your partner, your partner knows what works for you and what doesn't. Sure. You should, or at least at this point by now, have a clue. And so again, probably one of the best gifts I've ever received. Thanks for that. It's amazing. It is going to get tons of use. It already has probably.
Not to go into waste over here at the McDonald household.
No. But what I thought about is, what would that be like had you put on the freaking oil?
Oh, like a twofer.
I don't even know. I want to try. I'm kind of nervous.
I mean, I think you have to. Like, you've just committed yourself to trying and reporting back.
Okay, I'll do that. Fair enough. I mean, you know, what is it, a challenge? You know how I feel about challenges. Like,
I bet you won't.
was it a dare? Was it a dare? So the other thing, so now that same company is also,
What is the company? Is it just the Rose Company?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't recall, but if you just look it up, I'll look it up. I can find it for you. But anyways, we can tag it or something, or put the link in the episode.
Yeah.
But again, you can find it on Amazon. But I looked it up. That same company is now putting out, or the originator or whatever, maybe it's an imposter, I don't know, whoever it is putting out a male version. Now, have you ever purchased a male sex toy?
No.
Like, does John have any?
No.
No. I mean, because you come equipped with them.
I do. I do.
You have
I do.
multiple versions
I
of
do.
sex toys.
I do. And they're free.
You have built-in that are better than anything you could ever buy.
They're free.
They're free.
They cost us no money.
And he really doesn't have to work hard to get it.
No. No. No.
But I've always just been curious. Have you guys ever tried any extra anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
have you ever tried like a vibrating cock ring or anything like that?
No.
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 That's doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not very not
I don't know
Or
if
is it
he
you
I
or
don't know
him
if he
or-
wouldn't.
but it's just not something you.
Yeah, it's just not.
Sorry, John, I hope you're not embarrassed. You'll get over it.
Um
Girl talk. You don't listen. You don't listen.
I think we maybe talked about it at one point when like Steph said, our buddy River was doing those pure romance parties.
Pure romance.
She that lovely woman.
She just had
She
it all.
went to everybody's house and threw a pure romance party. She's not doing that these days. She owns a bar, and I just talked to her today, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
no, you've never.
But no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I don't think it would be out of the question, but and not saying that it's not something we wouldn't do now. We just probably would have been more inclined
To do it before.
10 years
Well,
ago
yeah, as you
prior
get
to
older,
our kid.
No, maybe now's the time to try.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, if you're just looking, get him a little Christmas gift. Put it in the stocking.
Daddy, what did Santa bring you?
We had experimented with some of those. They're interesting, but I would say is it worth the bang for your, you get the bang for your buck. I don't necessarily know. I know that it feels good in the moment, but it's then you constantly adjusting it kind of. And then, the cleaning of that apparatus is always a pain in the ass. And then the little battery pack that you put in there to make it go, you take that thing out and it's just, I don't know. The batteries don't last long. I just feel like it's more of a pain. It's more work than.
Yeah.
Than I think what you get, the miles you get out of it.
Probably.
Yeah. But it's interesting to try.
But I think that's an interesting take on sex toys in and of itself. I think that sex toys meant for women are built better, stronger. They last a little longer. I think sex toys for men are not.
Well, the one that the Rose Company just came out with for men, that thing looks like it could last a lifetime. It's literally it is mimicking a mouth.
Huh.
And then there's a lot of suction. They put water in there with soap to show
The
to
movement.
emulate
that it
and
does.
to show
Yeah.
that shit soaped up and sudsed up so aggressively. That's how much movement and sucking was happening in that thing. I was like, whoa. And the curiosity in me, I obviously can't use it on myself, but I would love to know how it works. Or if it feels
you've
good.
tried it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, it's a new, I'm sure there's something similar to
I'm
it.
sure.
But yeah. I know some people.
That was do you always remember those? They're like children's toys, but they're the tubes that if you put them in your hands like this, they slip through your hands. Have you ever seen those? There's a hole down the middle.
Oh, yeah, those things are weird.
It looks like a sex toy.
It really does.
For a man.
It really
that
does.
they market as a children's toy.
Yeah, that is kind of, and that is like what the internal of the apparatus looks like.
Oh, okay.
Literally, damn near. It's
Yeah.
like a weird, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Huh.
Yeah, but I bet that thing works because I seen how it was moving on the video, and I was like, whoa, wow. I wonder if that looks like it could be fun, but I don't know. Like, I feel like when you break out a sex toy for women in the bedroom, men are like, oh. Do you think they would feel as comfortable or excited about using one on themselves the way that they are about watching women maybe use one or using one on their own women? Do you think they would feel the same way?
I don't know. I guess I've never thought about that.
How would you feel about watching your man use a sex toy? What would it do? Nothing? Would it be like, would you be like?
I don't know that it would do anything. If it was like it might if it was like a joint one.
Okay.
You know, but I don't know if I would. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think it would weird you out?
It might.
Yeah.
It might.
Me, no. I would be watching.
It would. I think.
Does it feel good? Let me hold it.
Let me.
Wait. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Let me try.
Let me try. Can I hold it?
I don't know if it would like. I don't know. Like maybe weird out is not the right word, but
It wouldn't do anything to help progress
correct.
you to the.
Yeah. I don't think it would. I mean, I don't think I would care either way. Like. I would probably be intrigued, but it wouldn't do anything for me.
Right. Do y'all watch porn together?
We have,
but not
in a while, but we have.
I feel like we're in that part of our lives or that age where when you have these conversations, which they don't happen often.
No.
They definitely don't happen publicly, but
here we are.
Here we are. That you're like, well, we have, like back in the day. And it's like, but now we're so tired at the end of the day that we're like, let's just get this together and be done.
I'm in like an in-between. I don't think we've hit that, like, it's just part of our marital duties.
No.
We haven't hit that, but, we're not like, I'm just so tired. Just get it over with. Like we're not there either.
I can promise you, I've never felt that way.
I haven't. Well,
or if there have been times where I have fallen asleep, or two of us have fallen asleep, and then we wake up to then take a little snoozy nap.
Sure.
And then wake up in the middle of the night or late in the morning and get to it.
Yeah.
We had all intentions. We were both in the mood, but we fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then woke up later.
I was like, I just needed a rest.
I just needed a rest.
Yeah, but we're definitely not like, we're not there.
Yeah.
We're not there.
I don't know if I would ever be there.
And we still like really like each other.
Yeah.
So
that's important.
It doesn't take a lot for us to be excited. Like I love my husband dearly. I could literally walk in a room and he'd be like, cool, take your pants off. I could just like walk in the room. And I love that about him. Mm-hmm. He's the best bucket filler any woman could have. And I'm lucky that he is mine.
You guys. So we were getting ready to go to the wine dinner. And I was standing in the room and Ashley was in the bathroom getting ready. She's putting her makeup on still. She was getting ready. And John came in behind us, and walked into the room, and he stood there. And you and I were talking. I think maybe you were talking in the moment. And John was just standing there looking at Ashley in the bathroom. And she was like, what? Like, what is it? Why are you looking at me awkwardly? And he was, I don't want to fuck it up because he said something, but I don't know the exact word that he used. Maybe you recall. But he said, nothing. I don't need anything. I'm just
looking at my wife.
I'm just adoring you. I'm just adoringly looking at my wife or something like that. There was an adjective in there that was describing, how he felt in the moment. That was very sweet.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my God. Oh my God. And then he said, but it was like, I'm just adoring my wife and looking at you two beautiful ladies or something. Of course he threw one in there for me because that's just John.
Does.
And he always does. He's never going to leave me out. But, it was like the sweetest, like just most, but that's the way he is. Mm-hmm. Like then you guys, like a week, you've been together for how many years? Then like what, a week later you're at the concert and he was in his feels and feeling good and took a picture of the two of you, took a selfie and posted like, just chiming in to let y'all know I'm still the luckiest man in the world. Didn't have to say much. Man, a few words. Very, very, very few words.
Yep.
And just like adores you.
Yeah.
Still to this moment. And likewise, I know you feel the
Yeah,
same way,
yeah.
without question. But yeah, like you're not, I don't think you'll ever get to that
No,
point.
I don't think we will either. And it doesn't, and we don't need a lot of like extra stuff.
Yeah.
Because like we genuinely enjoy.
Do it for each other.
Yeah.
You still do
Yeah.
it for each other.
Yeah. 15 years later.
Yeah, I feel you. Like you know,
And it's not that we're not
those-
against it.
Sure.
We
sure.
would.
Right.
But
Sometimes just to keep it spicy or get
Sure.
exciting, or if you're on a special trip or something, you know, even after you've been with somebody for a while, you can still keep it hot and spice things
Yeah.
up or whatever.
I will say that it happens sometimes, but like no, he does not pick me up and throw me against the wall. But like that type of like aggressive passion, like that creeps in sometimes.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah?
like, ooh, I like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's important to me. I am a huge fan of like intimacy. And when I say intimacy, I'm not talking about sex, because those are two separate things to me. Those moments of intense intimacy,
Yeah.
like where in that moment you can feel the difference, you can feel the direction or the shift that has gone, or something has happened and then you have this super like emotional connection during that moment. That's a real thing, and I crave that.
Yeah.
I crave that. Like you know, the amount or the length or the duration, none of that to me compares to
I agree.
those moments that creep in and it's like this super passionate, intimate,
I agree.
like make out with me for fucking hours and my face is raw from your beard type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you done rubbed the skin off my face at that point. And so that does take effort, you know, like
Sure.
it does, and so it can get lost sometimes in the moment. Do you feel like you guys ever hit a rut? You've been together for a long time. You ever feel like you hit a rut
Yeah.
in that department?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
And
definitely did.
Uh-huh.
And it's so cliche, and I don't hate saying it. But I do recognize that it's very cliche to most people, but it's probably not to the right people. But it happened after we had Oliver.
Yeah.
I was, first of all, I had postpartum depression so bad. Everything that happened to me postpartum was awful. I had mastitis. I had, you know, there's your appearance.
Yeah, fuck that mastitis. I know that was really rough on you and Ashley.
I know, you're so loving. But it just, I didn't want to be a mom, and I didn't, and I didn't resent him for it, but I just was in this, like, I was not in a good place, and there was nothing that was going to pull me out of it. And so it took a while to like get over that. And then we, struggled everywhere else for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was not.
Well, yeah, if you're struggling in
healthy
other
space.
areas, then that's going to obviously create, potentially, likely will create issues there as well.
Yeah. I'm grateful every day that we are not in that place anymore. And I'm on so many levels. But yeah, that would be, and that's probably the only time.
When y'all be arguing and fighting, do you have makeup sex? Is that still a thing when you're married?
Yeah. I wouldn't say every time.
Because you'd be wanting to strangle a motherfucker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, don't touch me.
Yeah. You're not making shit up for this. But it is still a thing. Just not every time. Sometimes it's in the morning. You need like the night to calm the fuck down.
And then, and then you're like, I love you, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
you scoot your butt, you do the move where you push your butt into you scoot back.
I will say John and I are pretty good though about not I would say we
going
maybe
to bed, man.
we that, and we probably bicker more than we fight.
Yeah.
We don't ever fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
That's rare.
And when we do, we get over it real quickly.
Right.
It's not, we talk a lot about your growth, but I've had that growth too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to cut John with every fucking word in the dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
I would use every insult, I would use everything I could in my arsenal to make him feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like cut for cut.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit ain't worth it anymore.
No, and at the end of the day,
What did that do for either one of us?
And
Nothing.
after the fact, you feel bad because you were in the moment, you were upset.
Yeah, I don't mean any of that shit.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's hard you can't unhear it, so then you think if something comes up, you think about it later and you're like, God damn. And then you don't want to want to go back down that same road. So, yeah. Yeah, that makeup sex can be great though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be rough.
You should try it in the morning.
Yeah, after the shit has settled, the dust has settled. Oh boy.
You should try it in the AM.
Oh yeah, I have. So now at this age, I said we talked about it. I like my toy. I like to get it over with. But as far as your sex is concerned, do you want it to last, or you want to be a marathon? Somewhere in the middle.
I do not want a marathon. And it's not because I'm tired, and it's not because I don't want to. That's just not my style.
Yeah.
I'm not a marathon runner in real life, and I'm not a marathon sexer in my sex life. It's just not who I am. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big instant gratification type person. In all aspects of my life.
Okay.
So, I'm not a marathoner.
Yeah, I am. If it's that mood, right? If that's what it is, like if that's, and again, I think state of mind, right? So if I'm feeling good, and it lasts longer, that's usually why. Like it's prolonged, because
Sure.
you're
feeling it.
You're feeling it.
Yeah.
Take an edible or something.
Sure.
And that shit is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's why when she said that to me, I was like,
makes sense.
she was like, you know how it feels when you high and you do that? Well, take some of that and then apply, but that's like going. And I said, do you get high though, like from that oil? And she said, no. It's just that area gets intense.
Hypersensitive.
Evidently.
Maybe,
like
yeah.
I don't necessarily need that, but I can't wait to try it.
I mean,
I'll let you know.
yeah.
If you, John's probably got it on its way.
It's probably coming from Amazon.
Probably on its way.
It might be laced with something else, but it's probably coming from Amazon as we speak.
Oh boy. Well, I would absolutely encourage you ladies that are listening, and even men, do yourselves a service. I know we kind of went all over the place when we started on this topic of this toy, but it's been on my mind because
I enjoy it.
Because I think if you don't know about it and you're not, somebody needs to share it with the world. Like
The people need to know.
People need to know. Do yourselves a favor. Because, if you're looking for something to elevate what you're doing, and, it is fun when you have your partner and they can help you with it. But again, it's not a marathon run for that one either. That's a sprint.
A quick one.
That's a quick one. I don't care what setting you use. That's a real quick one.
Everybody needs a release. We're just trying to help you find alternative ways.
We talked about that earlier, like a reset. That shit will reset your ass in a heartbeat, real quick, fast, and in a hurry. And as soon as it's over, you're ready to go to bed.
Ain't nobody mad about it.
No.
Nobody on the internet's mad about it.
No. Look it up. If you want to look it up, it's called just The Rose.
The
That's
Rose.
simple. Look it up. The Rose sex toy. Again, they have them on Amazon.
They're probably
you can have one here in a day or two.
They're probably in every sorority house in America because of The Bachelor.
Probably, but I can tell you it's way better than that stupid ass show or anything else deemed The Rose.
Did you ever watch The Bachelor?
I did.
I did not.
I got over it. Like it now, so it's like I actually watched it up until recently, and the most recent season is The Bachelorette with 2 women.
Oh.
Cut it out. I'm done. No, now you're doing too much.
Cut it out.
What I will still watch is Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh. I haven't watched any of that.
Uh,
If it's not Flavor Flav or Brett Michaels, Bus of Love or whatever the fuck it was
your
called,
reality show days are over.
I ain't watching no dating show.
So I got to catch up on shows yesterday. Well, it was the season finale of P Valley, which I told you about P Valley.
Pete?
P, like the rose, P as in pussy. P Valley, that's what it stands for.
I didn't know. What is that? I don't know that show.
So I didn't tell you about that.
No.
Oh, so
What's
it's
it on?
season. It's on Stars.
Oh.
I watch it through Hulu because I have Stars through my Hulu, and it's season 2, and it's about like strippers down in Mississippi, and at first I was kind of like, this is. Don't get me wrong. And it's not a reality show. It's fiction. It's not a reality show. It's scripted. When I first heard about it, I'm like, this is going to be trash. Like, this is going to be stupid. It's just going to be ratchet. There's not going to be a good storyline. Completely wrong.
Oh.
They have developed the characters and the storyline of the characters so deep that it really covers very, very intense topics. It covers domestic violence. It covers homosexuality.
No.
The second season takes place during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
it covers how that has affected
Sure.
a business such as a strip club.
Sure.
It covers teen pregnancy and abortion. It literally covers you wouldn't believe the development of the characters and the storylines that they go through is something better than I could have ever expected. And it comes on Sundays, and I would literally be like counting down to Sunday to see it.
Interesting.
So it just ended. Season 2 just ended. It was phenomenal. I'll give you my Stars login if you wanted to check it out. Like, give it time.
Yeah.
It is what. Trust me, when you first time, you'd be like, this is some bull trash. You got to give it a minute, get through the ratchet shit, and then get to the depth. And it is very, very good. It's really, really good. And then the second one, and I don't know if anybody's going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Laura? I promise you, just if you're bored and you need a new show, give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Because I wasn't going to, and I'm glad I did.
Okay.
The second show that's back on for me is Power, Raising Kanan. So, a Power series. So that one started again last night. I attempted to watch it. I fell asleep. I did not make it because I watched P Valley. I did make it through that one. I did not make it through the second one. I passed out. But yeah, so with fall comes the start of our shows.
I can't wait.
And our
we'll
series.
have to.
Where are you? What do you got coming?
Grays.
Handmaid's Tale starts back up. But you lost.
I
lost touch with it.
I did.
Yeah.
A lot of the shows that I watch are on like Apple TV, or like Netflix, and they take like a year or two breaks.
Did I tell you what I watched on Netflix the other day? I don't think we talked about this on the last show. So it was it's a documentary called Trainwrecked, and it's about the Woodstock 99.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that.
It is so fucking good.
It's on my list. I cannot wait to watch it. I've been hearing so much shit about it.
I binged watched it. I think it was last weekend. I binged watched it overnight, like till 2 a.m. in the morning. Then I was up late, and then I got up the next morning and finished it.
Yeah.
It's only 3 episodes. So good.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that one.
It was it's so crazy how times have changed. It just shows you where we're at as a society.
Maybe we should. Maybe next week we should do I gotta look because I can't even remember what shows I used to watch. I gotta. Yeah,
this is usually the time.
Yeah, this is usually the time where I go back and watch like the last few episodes of whatever shows I watch
because the rest of it's coming,
so that I know.
Yep.
Maybe I should do that this week.
And I feel like I have another show. There is another one of mine, and I can't think of what it is off the top of my head right now, but it's coming. I just looked at it yesterday. I'm trying to think what it is. Something else. But fall is when it really starts to ramp back up, when everything starts to come back. So I'm excited. I'm ready.
Me too. We're ready for fall over here.
But watch that Trainwrecked. This really, really good.
I'm excited.
It's an easy watch. It's super interesting. And fucking people are wild.
Yeah.
people are wild. Like in the 90s, like the 60s, Woodstock was 69 was all about love, peace, and like I would have given anything to have been
like
part of that.
In protest of the war too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was just this beautiful display of everything. And the gentleman who put together Woodstock 69 put together Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
Same guy, same promoter, same everything. He obviously had an investor for 99. They didn't make any money off of it in 69. It wasn't the goal. 99 comes, greed gets involved, completely shifts and changes the game of everything. But the coolest thing about that documentary was it was the bands of our time.
I was going to say, it's
it
things
was
we can
the
remember.
Limp Bizkits.
Yeah.
It was the Korn.
Yeah, Green Day.
Yeah, it was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
It was like, and just the breakdown of all that. There's good music in the show. There's good memories. There's all kinds of crazy shit. It was
I
phenomenal.
can't wait to watch.
Watch that if you haven't.
I will.
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow, we kind of went everywhere today.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Evidently, we had something on our minds.
I feel like we need that. Did you ever play that game?
Which one?
Girl talk?
With the phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Nicole did.
I feel like we need to.
With the pink phone?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a guy named Brad on that game?
Probably.
He was the hot one.
Yeah.
It was Brad.
Was he like the Zach Morris looking one?
No, he had dark hair.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He
Anyway.
reminded me of the lead on Teen Witch.
Oh, we should find
His
images.
name was Brad.
Oh no. Maybe
That's what
they
it was.
took him from Girl Talk.
Maybe. They look
Or
very
vice
similar,
versa.
and
Do
they
they?
both were named Brad, huh?
Well, now we're gonna have to look it up, and that's just gonna have to be our post.
I guess. I love Teen
Anyway,
Witch.
I feel like moving forward, if we're gonna have Girl Talk episodes, we need to like paint the microphones pink
Did you hear that, John?
and spin a wheel in front of us.
Make it happen, executive producer.
We
Make it
need you,
happen.
next
Yeah.
rider. Thank you.
We need pink. We need pink mics, and Ashley needs a pink rose. And she'll come back and give you her review next time.
Give me all the chaos, you guys.
Listen, you can have it before then, because Amazon will get it to you in 2 days.
I'm sure.
Anyways,
It's probably honestly after this episode, it'll probably be on the way with the oil.
I would not be upset if I was you. That'd be a good weekend ahead. A good weekend. A great way to end the week. Well,
This is fun today.
it was fun. We needed to. I just
Needed to not think.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what we did. We didn't think.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to another evening with Ash and Lar.
Red wine and chaos.
It would have happened whether we were holding mics or not.
Because it's inevitable.
That's why there's wine and friends.
And the rose. It'll take your mind off of everything.
Rose.
Enjoy, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.